Good morning, dear students. Today we will start biology with chapter digestion and reabsorption. All the living organisms require energy for their biological process. Energy is obtained by the oxidation of food. So we have to take food and digest. So we will start with chapter digestive system.
In digestion, food is changed by the organs into a soluble form to be absorbed by the body. Food in the mouth is mixed with saliva. Saliva begins to dissolve the food as the teeth grind and cut it. Food is forced back into the throat, pharynx, by the tongue. Food in the pharynx stimulates the swallowing reflex. The larynx is pulled upward to meet the epiglottis and seal off the trachea. Food goes from the pharynx to the esophagus. Food moves down the esophagus by peristalsis. The peristaltic wave reaches the esophageal sphincter and food enters the stomach. The unique muscular structure of the stomach breaks up the food into small pieces called chyme. Chyme exits through the pyloric sphincter into the duodenum of the small intestine. The major portion of absorption and digestion occurs in the small intestine. The mucosa secrete enzymes that supplement the digestive enzymes of the pancreas and liver. This completes the chemical process of digestion. The walls are covered with villi where nutrient absorption takes place. The structure of each villus contains a capillary and lacteal to pick up the digested nutrients. The nutrients are now transported by the blood to all the cells of the body. The undigested food reaches the ileocecal valve and enters the large intestine or colon. The colon absorbs water, manufactures vitamins, produces mucus, and forms and expels feces. Mass peristalsis pushes the feces into the rectum, which stimulates the defecation reflex.
Digestive system includes alimentary canal, that is from mouth to anus, and digestive glands. Digestive glands are liver, pancreas, and salivary glands. Then what is digestion? Digestion means conversion of complex, insoluble, non-diffusible substances into simple, soluble, diffusible, and reabsorbable substances with the help of physical and chemical reaction. Physical reaction means mastication of food, grinding of food with the help of teeth. And chemical reaction means enzymatic reactions. So, with the help of these two reactions, we convert these chemical into these. This is called digestion. Right? And these are reabsorbable substances. So, in our body, digestion starts with buccal cavity. Buccal cavity, this is called buccal cavity. It is guarded with two lips in front. Roof of buccal cavity is made up of palate. Floor of buccal cavity is made up of tongue. And lateral it is guarded with two cheeks. Buccal cavity, when you put your food in buccal cavity, the presence of buccal cavity stimulates salivary gland to release saliva. And saliva contains water, digestive enzymes, heavy ions, and mucus. So, first there is start of the digestion start with carbohydrate. So, polysaccharides are carbohydrate. Ptyalin enzyme present in saliva. So this ptyalin, commonly called amylase, converts this polysaccharide starch into disaccharide maltose. So this is first digestion of the carbohydrate. Then this semi-solid food enters in stomach through esophagus. There is no digestion in esophagus. Then food enters in stomach. So when food enters in stomach, the presence of food in stomach, when this food touch the wall, it stimulates the wall of stomach. This is called presence of food. There is a cells called argentophil cells. These are endocrine cells. They secrete hormone. Argentophil cells release gastrin hormone. Gastrin hormone stimulates gastric gland of the stomach. This term gastric is related with stomach, right? So all these gastric term is related with stomach. So gastric gland means stomach gland. There are three types of glands in stomach. One is called oxygenatic cells, peptic cells, and goblet cells. Oxygenatic cells release hydrochloric acid. Peptic cells release pepsinogen, that is inactive form of the pepsin, and goblet cell release mucus to lubricate the food. See, this pepsinogen is inactive form of the pepsin. The HCl convert this pepsinogen into active pepsin. Pepsin is protein digestive enzyme. So the second digestion is of protein in stomach. So this protein, with the help of this active pepsin, converted into peptones and peptides. Peptones and peptides are small chain of amino acids. Correct? Protein is made of amino acid. So first protein is converted into peptones and peptides. Similarly, there is another enzyme in digestive gastric juices. That is renin. This renin, it is secreted in the children's child's only up to the age of 7 years. So this pepsin converts casinogen, that is soluble protein, soluble milk protein, into insoluble milk protein. This one you can see in children. They drink milk and vomit curd-like substances. Means the renin converted the soluble casein into insoluble casein. So, and then casein is a protein. Pepsin again act on casein and convert it into peptides. Right? So now this semi-solid food converted in stomach into is called chyme. Solid food is called bolus in buccal cavity. Semi-solid food after stomach is called chyme. So now this chyme, this semi-solid food, enters in duodenum through pyloric sphincter. Now we will start digestion in duodenum.
Okay, after stomach, we will enter in duodenum. So now acidic food from stomach enters in duodenum. Duodenum is U-shaped 2.5 centimeter long tube, right? Here there is a common opening of bile duct and pancreatic duct. So when acidic food from stomach enters in duodenum, it stimulates secretion of hormones. So there are 6 hormones secreted from the duodenal wall by the stimulation of HCl or acid. The first hormone is enterogestrone. This hormone goes to stomach and stop peristalsis and secretion of gastric juices. And another hormone is hepatocrinin. The hepato means liver cells, goes to liver cells and stimulates for the synthesis of bile juice. And next is cholecystokinin. Cholecystokinin goes to gallbladder to stimulates contraction of the gallbladder to release bile juice. And another hormone is pancreozymin. This hormone goes to pancreas to stimulate pancreatic juice or pancreatic enzymes. And the next hormone is secretin. Secretin stimulates secretion of non-enzymatic part, means hormonal part. So this hormone stimulates hormone secretion, pancreatic hormone, right? And enterocrinin goes to ileum or small intestine to stimulate synthesis and release of intestinal juice, right? Okay. So in pancreatic juice, the hormone is enzyme is trypsinogen. Trypsinogen is inactive enzyme. This inactive enzyme is converted into active by the help of enterokinase. This enterokinase is activators only, catalyst enzyme released from the intestine and work at ileum. Correct? So this activated trypsin converts this protein into peptides. Peptides are small chain of amino acids. Correct? And another enzyme is called pancreatic amylase, because it is related, it included in the pancreatic juice, hence it is called pancreatic amylase. This pancreatic amylase converts remaining polysaccharide, that is starch, into disaccharide in maybe maltose, sucrose or galactose. These are the disaccharide, right? So there is a digestion of protein and carbohydrate, and with the help of bile juice, fats, large fat molecule converted into small fat molecule, and this is called emulsification of fats. So these emulsified fats present in duodenum are digested with the help of a enzyme that is called lipase, but this is called pancreatic lipase, because this lipase enzyme is present in pancreatic juice, and it is also called stepsin enzyme. The stepsin enzyme converts these fat molecule, emulsified fats, into fatty acid and glycerol. So these are the large, complex, insoluble molecules. These are the small, soluble, diffusible molecules. So we can say in duodenum there is a digestion of protein and carbohydrate takes place, right? And now this food enters in ileum. Ileum is small intestine, part of the small intestine. Now ileum. Ileum is last part of the small intestine. Its length is approximately 4 to 6 meter and 2 to 2.5 centimeter in diameter, right? When food enters in ileum from duodenum, the ileum wall secretes intestinal juice. The group of intestinal juices are called succus entericus, right? In its mixture of these enzyme, the one enzyme is called enterokinase. Kinase means kinetic. So this enterokinase enzyme from ileum goes to duodenum to activate trypsinogen, right? So it acts as a activator. And then peptides. So there is another enzyme is called erepsin. This erepsin enzyme converts peptides, that is small chain of amino acid, into amino acids. So there is a opening and degradation of peptides into amino acids. And then carbohydration. So maltose, there is an enzyme in succus entericus or intestinal. The enzyme is called maltase. This maltase converts maltose, that is disaccharide, into two monosaccharide, glucose and glucose, correct? And then another enzyme is sucrase. This sucrase converts disaccharide sucrose into glucose and fructose. So these are the monosaccharide and these are the disaccharides. Then another enzyme is lactase, converts lactose sugar or milk sugar into glucose and galactose. These are monosaccharides, these are disaccharides, right? Then digestion of nucleic acid, that is RNA, DNA. We eat living cells, plant cell, animal cells, all these cells containing nucleic acid, that is RNA, DNA. So there is an enzyme that is called nucleotidase. Nucleotidase. This nucleotidase enzyme converts nucleic acid into nucleoside and phosphate, right? And this nucleoside, another enzyme is called nucleosidase. There is a difference in pronunciation, nucleotidase and there is a nucleosidase. So nucleosidase act on nucleosides and convert into nitrogen bases and pentose sugar, 5-carbon sugar, because nucleic acids are made up of pentose sugar, right? So these are the digestion of organic foods. There is we digested carbohydrate, protein, fats and nucleic acid. Now this complete digested food converted into liquid part, and this liquid digested food is called chyle. And this chyle, from this chyle, in the last part of the ileum, there is a reabsorption of the digested food from this chyle. So now next topic is reabsorption of the digested food. The last process of digestion is reabsorption of digested food. So reabsorption starts from buccal cavity. So some chewable medicines like isopropanolene are reabsorbed in buccal cavity itself. And then second reabsorption takes place in stomach. So in stomach reabsorbs directly alcohol, drugs and vitamin B12, which is essential for erythropoiesis, that is formation of RBC, right? And then the maximum reabsorption of digested food takes place in last part of the small intestine, right? So last part of the small intestine lined by finger-like projections called villi, and the singular is called villus. Villus is finger-like process like this one. So this is finger-like process, this is called single villus. So this villus is lined by epithelial cells. These are the epithelial cells and blood capillaries, network of blood capillaries. As you know, capillaries are red and blue in color because it is connected part or connecting link between arteries and veins. So these are blood capillaries, and this green tubule, the fine tubule, is called lacteal, lymph vessels, correct? So all these finger-like projections are directly dipped in small intestine in digested food, liquid digested food, that is called chyle. So from chyle, these finger-like projections reabsorbs the required or digested elements. So in chyle there is amino acid, monosaccharide, there is glucose, fructose, galactose and pentose sugar, phosphate, nitrogen bases or fatty acid, glycerol. These are the part of the chyle. So this is digested elements present in a liquid digested food, that is called chyle. From this chyle, these finger-like projections are reabsorbed in these material. So amino acid, monosaccharide and nitrogen bases, all these elements are directly reabsorbed by the blood capillaries of these villus, right? And through blood, these chemical goes to body cells. Similarly, the fatty acid and glycerol are reabsorbed by lacteal or lymph vessels. So these epithelial cells reabsorb this fatty acid and transfer to lacteal, or through lacteals are lymph vessel. Again, these material along with lymph goes to body cells, correct? So all these material through circulatory system goes to body cells. Then body cells use these units of the digested food and converted into complex part, again complex part, and this process is called assimilation of food. When these digested foods are joined again, and this is called assimilation, formation of protoplasm. So all these units are used for the synthesis of protoplasm in cell, and this is called assimilation. And now indigested part from small intestine goes to large intestine, that is called colon. In colon, maximum water reabsorbed by the colon, and then colonial cell secretes some yellow color, urocobilin, which provides a definite color to the feces, and smell to provide a specific smell to the feces. Colonial cell secretes scatol and indole. These are the chemicals which give specific odor to the feces. And this from colon, undigested food enters in rectum. Rectum is a collecting part. It is bag-like structure which collects undigested food. And when this rectum fill up, then there is a contraction and there is egestion of undigested food takes place. So this is all about digestive system, physiology of digestive system. Do like, share, comment and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you. Take care of yourself.